Why do we assume that because a student is sitting quietly in their desk, listening, looking at us, that they're engaged? I can tell you my students are engaged. I use direct questioning with them. So every day they come into my gymnasium, they look at my learning objectives, and they know I'm going to ask them, what did we do yesterday? What are we doing today? They don't want to be called on if they're not going to know the answer. I also know my students are engaged because I call them in the middle of my class and I ask them questions. I use a 1 through 4 check for understanding. 1 means I don't understand it. 2 means I'm still confused. 3 means I know it. And 4 means, Mrs. Hill, I know it, but I can also teach it for you. I know some classroom teachers also use a mini KWL every day. So the students see the objectives, they fill out their KWL, and they use it as an exit slip. I also know my students are engaged because at the end of my lessons, I call them in, and we use a thumbs up system. So I ask a question, my students give me a thumbs up when they know the answer. If they don't know the answer, they ask 3, and then they ask me. This allows them to talk to their classmates, use their resources, and then if they can't still figure it out, they ask me. After I have a thumbs up from everybody, I go back to my direct questioning. Another way that I know my students are engaged, because I changed my teaching style. Right now, Courtney Lamb, Tom Krause, and myself, we're working on a flipped classroom in physical education. I know people in the high school are using it and they've seen great success. If that's what research shows is best for our students, I want to do what's best for my students too. Another way we make sure the students know the why. Why are we doing this? As staff, we always question, why are they making us learn this? Or is it best for my curriculum? Is it best for my kids? The students want to know that also. So give them the why, make the connections. Finally, it's okay to have fun. It's okay for our kids to smile. It's okay for us to smile. In physical education, English teachers can tell you at the high school, I play music all the time for our kids. I don't let them use their iPods. I don't let them listen to their phones because I can't control what they're doing. But when I play the music, we do different things. Sometimes it's an 80s day. Sometimes we just do theme songs and they have to guess what the theme song is. But we listen to music when I'm not instructing. It's fun to watch the kids sing along to the songs, even when you have a freshman boy singing to single ladies. Another way I change the way I group the students. Sometimes I base it off of interest. Are they interested in this skill or concept? Then let them be with that group. I also base them off of my 1 through 4 understanding. If I have a student telling me that they know the subject enough that they can teach it, let them. Okay? The other way is I let them pick their own groups. I don't use this often, but sometimes if we have if we're having a bad day or it's towards the end of my unit, I surprise them with letting them pick. And it's fun to see their reactions with that nice little surprise. I know a lot of this sounds like a lot of work, but it doesn't. It doesn't take a lot of effort. That first week, I take a lot of time working on all these different things with them, and they've come to expect it from me. They know that they're going to be held accountable for everything that I have taught them or that they're teaching themselves. Ben Franklin stated, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, but involve me and I learn." My challenge to you is to involve your students. We were all hired in these positions for a reason. We don't have to prove that to our students. Let our students prove their abilities to us. My challenge to you is allow your students to learn.